Cowboys have their first day off of training camp today, and so we decided to bring you a different harbor. We've changed harbors on you from last night. Welcome to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. I'm Brad Sham with Mickey Spagnola. This is the Ventura Harbor. Do you have a harbor of preference?
No, both of them are equally great.
I will tell you, the Oxnard Harbor is closer to the rudder room, and that's where you can find Mickey on every available evening. But we have the opportunity this evening to talk a little bit about the first 2 days of practice in pads, 4 days of practice, 2 in pads. Now they get a day off, and it's a good time to kind of look back and say, what have you seen that has impressed you?
Let's go offense right off the top, and I've been impressed with what the offensive line has done. And maybe it should be, right? We got 4 holdovers on the offensive line. Everybody's healthy. I just think they've played well. And then Connor Williams, who we'll talk a little bit about him later in the show, has fit right in. And I asked a couple people, you know, give me an idea. And they're going, oh man, this guy has, for a rookie, first 2 padded practice, has fit right into the entire scheme. And he shows he's got a maturity about him. So in pass rush drills, they've all been really solid. Also in the team drills, they've protected Dak Prescott pretty well. Wide receivers, I think they've looked awfully good.
Yeah, and I think the wide receivers is an interesting position on this team because people forget Cole Beasley had an off year for him for a lot of reasons that had to do with the entire offense. Terrence Williams is injured coming in, although he did get into teamwork yesterday. So there's a tendency for people to say, well, they haven't got any wide receivers. Well, maybe they don't have very many wide receivers other than those 2 who you've heard of. But I think we like what we've seen from Allen Hurns, and I think Deontay Thompson is showing up, as well as the rookie from Colorado State, Michael Gallup.
And let's not forget Tavon Austin, too. They've added a dimension of speed with him in this offense, Brad, that I can't remember somebody faster than him.
Yeah.
Do we have to go back to Joey Galloway or Rocket Ishmael? And not only just straight line speed, because Thompson has that, but his ability to run and make people miss. And I think we've seen that so far. You mentioned Terrence Williams. He's gotten a few reps now, and he looks like a very determined wide receiver. Allen Hurns, I thought, stood out on Sunday's practice. So don't be afraid of the unknown, because that's what it is.
But it's only unknown for now, and I'll make a bold prediction. The Cowboys will make some first downs this year throwing the ball to wide receivers. Rest easy when we come back. Mick's got a special look at the Cowboys' second-round draft choice from the University of Texas. This is Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham and Mickey Spagnola at the Ventura Harbor this evening, and what a lovely day it is. And you mentioned Connor Williams, the Cowboys' second-round draft choice in our first segment. I think he may have exceeded expectations so far.
So far, so good with the second-round draft choice. And you know what? I think that's exactly what he's given them, is what the Cowboys were expecting of him.
The Dallas Cowboys didn't use a second-round pick on offensive lineman Connor Williams to groom him. They picked him to start him at left guard. And after 2 padded practices, so far, so good.
Connor's someone who loves football, and he's very passionate about it, and he wants to learn. His ability to lock in and focus in meetings is really impressive. I mean, he's just eating the words out of the coach's mouth, and I think he's one of those guys who really takes pride in being in that room, breaking the huddle with that offensive line, and he's trying to squeeze the blood out of the rock and take advantage of every opportunity he gets.
The Cowboys discovered that right from the start when Williams came in for the Dallas day prior to the draft.
we bring guys in, local guys, in for Dallas Day. Guys who went to high school in the Metroplex or went to college there, you're allowed to do that in the NFL. And typically, if you're a highly regarded guy, first, second, third round pick, typically if you do come over to see the team, it's for a handshake and just a meeting. But Connor came over, and it was as good a workout as we've ever had on Dallas Day. You know, he's first in line, hustling like you've never seen anybody hustle in an environment like that. And he was someone that we really liked before that, but he really made a very favorable impression on us that day. And really is what he's all about, and that's what we've seen since he's been here.
I mean, when my agent called and told me they invited me to Dallas, I mean, if you get asked to work out for the Cowboys, you're here to work out for the Cowboys. So that was just my whole mentality the whole time, and wanted to go show them who I was. Any workout I got asked for, I went and worked out, and definitely for the Cowboys, I would have gone, I would have flown in, and so.
And Brad, I think that's exactly what the Cowboys thought they were getting with Connor Williams, a high character guy, hustles, and wants to work hard.
When we come back, Mick and I have talked about what we've seen in the offense in the first 2 days of practice, a few of the defensive highlights when we continue with Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
This segment was brought to you by Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Dallas Cowboys single game tickets starting at $30 are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium this season. Visit DallasCowboys.com to get your tickets before they're gone. Welcome back. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. From the Ventura Harbor this evening, Brad Sham, Mickey Spagnola. Cowboys had their first off day of the training camp today, back to practice tomorrow. Earlier we talked about some of the things Mickey and I have seen that have impressed us on the offensive side of the ball. This defense is interesting. We keep hearing national people say, well, this Cowboys defense should be much improved. And I think that there's a chance that can be the case, but I think they have a lot to prove still.
No, they certainly do, and they certainly have to improve too, and I think they're doing that. I think if you look at the secondary, I always thought last year with all the young guys they drafted that secondary right off the bat would be improved. Well, what happened is they incurred so many injuries. The young guys didn't get a chance to get on the field. The Awuzies, Jordan Lewis, Xavier Woods. These guys are out there and they're playing, and I've been pretty impressed so far what they've done. I think Awuzie is going to be, I don't know, go too far, but he's wearing 24, and there was a 24 in the Cowboys' future, Everson Walls, that played awfully well as a young cornerback.
You know, they saw Woods make a play or two in the Hall of Fame game. That's when he got hurt. Lewis never really did get on the field. So I think you're 100% right about those guys. I think that they are still looking for a little safety depth, and they hope to get Kayvon Frazier back soon. But here's a young man you might have not heard very much about, Donovan Olumba, number 32. He's a rookie free agent cornerback from Portland State. He's really long. He's just exactly the way Chris Richard likes. The other thing they've got, very briefly, is they seem to have more depth at linebacker in terms of people who can really help defensively.
Yeah, not just guys that'll go out there and be special teams guys. I think after you get by the starting three, if indeed it's Lee, Jalen Smith, Damian Wilson, you got Van Der Esch, Joe Thomas, they've had him before, lost him off the practice squad, but he's helping out. Chris Covington, keep an eye on him also, and Justin Lillard, I think he can play too.
Some things to watch for, and we'll be back from the Cowboys training camp tomorrow here in Oxnard. Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. Want to tour AT&T Stadium? For more information, call 817-892-TOUR or visit attstadium.com/tours.